What we're going to demonstrate here is F-500 encapsulator's agent ability to encapsulate the oil in the Gulf of Mexico and disperse it throughout the water column to prevent it from coming on shore, causing an environmental nightmare. What we have here is U.S. EPA referenced oil, South Louisiana crude oil. This is the oil that is spewing into the Gulf of Mexico. We're going to add the oil into the seawater, and as you can see, the oil is lighter than the water, therefore it remains on the surface. Even with some wave action and stirring, the oil still remains on the surface because it is lighter than the seawater. Over here, what we're going to do is the same thing, pour in the South Louisiana crude oil, and again the same situation where the oil is lighter than the seawater, therefore it remains on the surface. Now what we're going to do is mix in some F-500 encapsulator agent, which will encapsulate the oil and will solubilize the oil into the seawater throughout the entire water column. So we've mixed in the agent, and now we are simulating some wave action, and as you can see, the F-500 encapsulates the oil and it moves it throughout the entire water column. So we're taking a non-soluble material, the South Louisiana crude oil, and solubilizing it into the water column. Part 2 of this demonstration is we're going to demonstrate that if this water column is allowed, the oil is allowed to come ashore, what happens. Here is the unsolubilized oil, comes ashore. As you can see, because the water is heavier, it will soak down into the sand and leave behind the oil. But over here, because we have the solubilized oil, and it's dissolved like sugar into water, when it reaches the shore, it is solubilized and it also goes below the surface into the sand, where it can be naturally bioremediated by the microorganisms that are in the sand. So in one area, the oil comes ashore and you have an oil-laden beach, which is harmful to wildlife and obviously the tourism business in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. And on the other hand, if the solubilized oil comes ashore, all it does, like sugar dissolved in water, goes below the surface where it can be naturally bioremediated, and it's non-harmful to the wildlife and the tourist business. Thank you.